By the way,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of Attack on Titan,
Oh, right.
I
This
was
episode is about. Yeah.
it was
Go
about
ahead.
Attack on Titan and hating isekai. Honestly, any random episode of the show can sort of veer off into stepping on isekai. Like you can just hear fucking the fucking stomp him in the nuts from F Granddad from the Boondocks looping in the background.
It can also veer off into God, I Hated Legend of Korra, which it already has about like 15 or 20 minutes back.
But yeah, I was in Japan for about 2 weeks this year because it's a show called Weeaboo Hell. I don't know what you think I would do with my fucking vacation time and hard-earned money. Less than you want for a trip to Japan, by the way. But it was. I don't want to say from like the horse's mouth. It was interesting seeing it have an even larger presence somewhere. Like I went to this place called the Sunshine Mall, which is I don't know, they're equivalent to one of those giant fucking King of Prussia monstrosities, and still a monstrosity. But they were having this thing. They called it a festival.
King of Prussia.
You've never been to a King of Prussia.
What is? Well, I know
A
that
King
there's a
of
town of there. I know that there's a town in New Jersey or Pennsylvania called King of Prussia, but what is a King of Prussia?
So it's sort of like one of these Westville Malls kind of things. I guess there's only one King of Prussia. I guess I got them in Westville Mall screwed up. But the
Okay,
point
sure.
is,
I've been
it's
to Westville. I've been to plenty of them. Westfield.
the point is, I have a sibling that went to Valley Forge. I recommend not going to Valley Forge.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. But one of the only attractions nearby is this giant fucking mall called the King of Prussia, and I've been in there, and it is a giant, unholy, glowing shrine to capitalism itself. It is what Kane sees when he opens his eyes and he said, yes, this is good. It is what Mark sees when he closes his eyes and he screamed, raking at them until he clawed them out. And he handed... and he handed his sword to his son Lenin and said, only you can save us now. And Lenin secreted himself off to a train in Germany to go fuck shit up.
My boy.
I took a little World War One digression there.
It's it's easy to do.
But
It's hard for me not to do.
the first thing that I saw when I entered the King of Prussia Mall was a Spencer's Gifts, which would be forgivable. Right next to Spencer's Gifts is this little, I would call it like a convention store, like an event space.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just decked out with sparkles and stars and stuff to pull in kids. I'm thinking, oh, what kind of charming Disney store knockoff could it be? And it's this giant child beauty pageant where all the girls are either like blonde or dyed blonde or in blonde wigs. And they're all wearing less than they should be. And I will never talk shit about Japan and their weird feet adjacent thing again, because an American beauty pageant is a fucked up spectacle, let me tell you.
This is why
In
this
that
is why
goddamn age bracket.
This is why I never leave New York City. Like, I'm afraid of it out there. I'm afraid of the America that exists outside of New York.
There's a lot out there. There's a lot of that America out there.
I know. It's most of it. God, I'm terrified of it.
And I swear to God, as I walk by, there's this mother embracing her daughter, and she just mouths something in her ear. And this might be me projecting. I have a stand-up comedy brain. I have a writer's brain. I've got an overactive imagination. I watch too much anime. But I swear to God, it's just, don't fail me. And I can see that girl's...
The fear.
The fear in that little girl's heart. The entire arc of her life that is leading either to a local cable news desk, cocaine, or career in pornography, or perhaps a wild arc that goes through all three. It's a big fucking mall. So Sunshine Mall is like was like a I don't know, like a big Japanese King of Prussia kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's a store on like the top floor that's just Gundam stuff, which is cool.
Oh, word.
And actually, outside of Sunshine City, I don't know why I didn't lead with this. I buried the lead, especially since this whole show is Mecca adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
There is a large replica to scale. Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah. I know about the unicorn replica.
Right. This is sort of Mecca for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. One day I will have my pilgrimage.
But as I was saying, the reason this is relevant at all to this episode is that there was an Attack on Titan themed fair with like food court dishes based on the show and little decor of the show on the post.
Okay,
and you could get some like limited edition fashionable stuff with it.
Someone linked a picture of like a Levi gingerbread house with him, doing that mimetic pose of him, wearing the handkerchief over his face and opening up the window to that summer cabin that they were using as a temporary headquarters
Man,
in the first season.
that's great.
And it's just this big block of gingerbread that this edible, like the picture was printed onto piece of I don't know, like fondant or something. I don't know actually how they do that, but yes, I want to eat that.
It's a fun phenomenon.